I had a teacher in the olden days, be in the right place at the right time for the right reason. That was her mantra that she would tell everybody. Always, I'm in the right place at the right time for the right reason. And if we stick with that, then we will let the universe move us, because our choices, if they're clear, will guide us to that. But we want to stop the reacting. Y'all clear on that? We want to pull back and stop the reacting. All right, in order to wake up, I wanted to talk to you a little bit, remind you a little bit about what happens when we start waking up to choice. It does take a conscious choice to wake up. Now, that conscious choice may not be a direct choice, you know. In my personal life, you all know, as a child, I had teachers. I had studied astrology, you know, psychic development, healing, teachers. I had teachers. I didn't have a church. I never found a church that I could come to that would house my belief systems. And I was okay with that. I was okay being on the outside of society, and because that's where I was born, kind of on the fringes. And I couldn't go in, because going in would deny what I did know about myself. So I kind of just hung on the fringes until I got pregnant. And I said to myself, I cannot bring another human being onto this planet without spiritual support. I'm not going to ask them to live my life. I need them to be loved. I need them to have a church family. And so with my little pregnant belly, we started checking out all the churches that I was familiar with. And it was a Baptist heritage. My parents had been Baptists. I'm going to check all these churches out, and nothing fits, and nothing fits, and nothing fits. And I just couldn't do it. But he was born and no older, that he was still BB. He wasn't walking. He was still in the cradle, in the, you know, sleeping in a crib, is what I'm trying to say. He was tiny. I stumbled upon a Unity Church. And Unity Church was a metaphysical church. And I went, oh my God. I went to the early service. I was the only one there. It's the only one there. The minister came out, introduced herself, a woman. I was very proud of that. And we sat. She had very few words. Her message was very small. And then she led me in a 45-minute meditation. I was home. I was home. I don't know that I've missed a day of worship since. And I look back on that. I did not say, God, it's time for me. I got to wake up and do this. I said, God, I need a church for my kid. I need love for my child. But that's not, I did get that. But what I got was the wake up for me. I made a conscious choice that how my life was functioning was no longer acceptable. And I was willing to change whatever it took. And that included changing my life. And he was just shy of his 5th birthday when I was ordained as a minister. So that experience put me gangbusters on my road to my journey. Awakening, awakening to choice. So I'm going to walk you through the steps that everyone goes through and that I went through too. You guys all go through this. The first thing you do in metaphysics when you realize you get to choose, oh my God, I get to choose! You get so excited. What's the first thing that you go filing through? All the unfulfilled dreams. Everything that everybody told me I couldn't do. So we start opening those files of unfulfilled dreams, and we become kind of like wild children. You know, oh, I need this. Oh, my dad didn't give me that. Oh, and we start buying and moving and trying to fulfill all these things. Yes, you did this. If you haven't, you will. That's what we do. I get to choose? Oh, I'm choosing. I'm choosing everything that was withheld from me. And then we go through that phase, and sometimes that phase looks like going workshops, doing this, doing that, but we go through the phase of choosing everything that was withheld. And then as we go on our exotic vacation, that actually was the manifestation of a dream that we had as a child, and we realize that we're still the same person, that magical event didn't touch the core. Even though I chose it, it didn't shift the core. Then we had the second layer of choosing. So when we realize that, we also have perceptions of self that color our choices. It's not just about giving ourselves everything that we have withheld. It's about looking at the way we look at ourselves and choosing to look at ourselves differently. Do you understand what I'm saying? And do you understand the first point? Giving yourself that which you think you've withheld. You know, there will come a time in all of our lives when we will stand in the middle of the cornucopia of possibilities and we will say, I am content. I'm content. I don't need this to make me happy. I'm content. If I need that to do something with it, I will. But not to prove myself. For I am full. Then we say, and who am I? The thoughts that we hold about ourselves color our choices, and those thoughts are just as reactionary as choosing for someone else. Any thought that says you are less than a child of God is a faulty thought. Do you know that? Any thought that says you are less than a child of God is a faulty thought. You have chosen this lifetime, you've scripted your lifetime, you went to great lengths to plan the life you're experiencing now. You went to great lengths to be born at the time you're born, to be with your people you're with, to have the experiences you're having so your soul can expand and grow. Great lengths. You are not broken or less than. You're in the mold. You're an actor on the stage. You've created the stage of your life and you've given yourself a part so you can grow and expand the spirit within. You are not less than a child of God. One teacher many years ago said, how awesome is it? It takes a true master to go into the earth plane and pretend he's not. That's what we all are. We're true masters. Pretending we're not, to try to expand our experiences, to experience something we have yet to experience. To experience love in a different way. All right. So we have these layers that we go through. The perceptions of self, the unfulfilled dreams, and then the last layer is really beginning to seek the authenticity of self. And when you hit that layer, you're looking at your spirit. You know? You're looking at who am I as spirit. Those times when it's just you and God. And you have them. When you feel the energy moving through, when you feel the peace, when you feel the unexpected awarenesses. You and God. And if you meditate, you have them often. You have them every time you shut your eyes. You and God. And these layers don't do 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer. They fold. So now I'm asking who I am as spirit. Who am I? Uh-oh, I found an unfulfilled dream. Now I'm crazy off on that again. You know? Or I found an aspect of self that I need to work with. They unfold. And we evolve. And we evolve. Who I am with God. This is the only space where you're going to truly find who you are authentically. And when you find who you are authentically, your choices become clear. And let me tell you about your choices. They are clearly not eternal. We think that way. I was raised that way. You need to buy the article that's going to last you for 50 years. 50, not 2, 50. Because you should not get another one. You know, your car must last you this long. And some of us sages, you all know what I'm talking about. Children maybe not so. But that's how I was raised. Our choices are not eternal. They are for an experience. And if we can start pulling that in, I'm choosing this for the experience of it. Then I shall release it. You see? I'm choosing this because my soul needs it. I'm not going to carry it with me through eternity. Then I shall release it. How freeing is that? I'm choosing this for me. And I don't need to explain it to anyone else. I'm choosing it so my spirit can get to know something it has not known on the earth plane. Take a breath. Are y'all feeling excited?